Now that I got the table leveled, the legs, I guess, the feet are leveled, and this is solid. I got my cross piece dropped in here, and so that's a nice fit. And once that's glued, I know that that's going to be solid. But I'm looking at this and I'm seeing these square holes here, or square, yeah, holes, and so I made myself a couple of vampire stakes here, but they're just the cutoffs from the legs. They were in my scrap pile. I just ran them through my table saw and made a square cut, and that is a perfect fit. So I'm going to cut 4 pegs and basically just throw these in here, put some glue on them, drive them in there, and then just make this one solid piece up on top here. So I'll when I put the glue on them, they'll be about this long, but I'll drive them just a shade past the top here so that they don't interfere at all, and that'll really solidify this piece up on top. There's no way that that's gonna flex or move now. So I just wanted to show that to you. That'll be a nice way to tighten this thing up, just by driving these in there and putting a little glue on them. So okay, so that part is ready to go. My top is almost ready to go, and I need to put this. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do that. Yeah, the last thing to go on is going to be my skirt board. So, I don't wear skirts. My skirt board around the tabletop there. So I think I'm going to put this together as is. Put my pegs in here. Glue all this up and make it one piece. And then when I get ready to put it onto my table, the thing that I need to do is I can't put my skirt on so that I have access to these outside edges here so I can clamp it to my tabletop. So it is going to be one finished piece. I'm going to take a look at my top and do some final sanding on it. This thing is sanded, ready to go. This is all ready to go. So it's just a matter of taking a look at it one more time and make sure I'm happy with the way things look. Because once it's put together, it's going to be hard to sand anything except the top. So that's where I'm at. Got my blocks cut. I just wanted to do a little dry fit here. That'll make that baby as solid as a rock. So that's I'll drive those through with some glue in there, and they'll never come out. See if I can get this thing apart. Okay. Well, get done playing with these blocks. There we go. All right, I'm going to go work on my tabletop and skirt board, see how everything goes together with that. Right, it's always good to dry fit stuff to make sure it's going to go together the way you want. I don't have my blocks in there yet, so those need to be glued in. But I wanted to get this up on these blocks here. My top, I went over that again with some 220, just lightly sanded. Everything looks good there. These are the blocks that my ring is going to attach to, which I can't put on until after I do this, because I don't have the clearance here. I suppose I could put some blocks in here to take up that space, but this is just easier. So everything looks good. I'm ready to move forward. So my next thing that I need to do is glue my cross brace into my post. Set in my blocks here with some glue, and then turn it over and run a bead of glue along these edges, and then set that into the table. And I can't see that I need to do anything other than that. It's not going to come apart. It's just not. So I'm ready to go. So what I'm going to do is turn this over. I'm not going to bore you with this, but I'm going to glue the blocks in like I showed you with the dry fit. I'm going to flip it back over. I glue it to the top, and then when I get done with that, I'll set the ring on here and make sure that's going to go. I suppose I should make sure that that's going to go over this, but it shouldn't be a problem because, yeah. I didn't want to have that surprise coming down the road. So that'll fit over the top. And that'll help solidify this part of the table as well. Okay, so let me do everything I told you I was going to do here, and we'll see you back after the glue sets up. I'm going to do this now, and then it'll be ready for me tomorrow morning. We've got a kind of a busy Friday night going here with some stuff. So let me get this done, and then I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, 3. Just checking my numbers here. I got glue on everything. Got my cross in here. 3. Okay. Come on. There it is. That's where that peg helps big time. All right, I got it rotated. Okay, time to throw some clamps on. that was the kind of a big smear of glue. I'm just wiping that off along with this one over here a little bit. Not that this is that big a deal. Okay, we'll let this sit up overnight, and we'll come back tomorrow and see how it looks, but I'm telling you right now, that's as solid as can be. So tomorrow we'll put the ring on, and then we'll be getting ready to finish it with my choice of finish. See you tomorrow. Okay, clamp removal day here. It's been about 20 some hours, maybe even, that's about 22 I guess. Plenty of time anyway. Nice and solid. I'm not going to take it down yet. I'm going to take a little bit of this glue, do a little glue removal here, and I'm not going to really be too worried about how this turns out either, because this is all underneath the table, but I'll get the big chunks, I guess. Anyway, I won't bore you with that, but I'll once I get that done, I'll get it stood up, or no, I won't do that either. I'm gonna get that ring put on, so we'll come back when I'm ready to do that. I dry fitted my ring again one more time here. Well, what I'm gonna do is, because I've got everything ready to go here, I'm going to take this off, put a thin bead of glue toward the inside edge, clamp it down in this area here where this cross piece is, so that I can get to my dowels, and then I'll put my decorative pieces on here and run one dowel in each of these to make sure it's locked down and good, good and tight. And then I'll come back, trim these off, I'll fill in the rest of the holes with some glue and run the dowels in. I'll let that sit up and then come back and trim everything off, sand it, make it look nice. So I'm ready to go. So I want to just make sure that I've got my pieces oriented in the right place here. So 1, that's 4. There we go, and this is 2. And I also have this pin that, just to make sure that when I get ready to do this, that I am in the right location, and everything's going to go together. So that's how I'll locate my first one here. Before I put the clamps on, because I want to be able to make, situate this thing in the right spot. Okay, so let's get going here. Pull this off. toward the inside here. Okay, so 2, push that back here. I'm gonna grab a rag here. There's that location. I should have spread that glue on a little bit with my finger before I turned that thing upside down and started dripping on me. But it's stayed pretty much to the inside. I don't see any glue on my legs at all, so that's good. Okay, there's that one. This one should be good, but we'll check it just to be sure. Okay. Alright, just had this little squeeze out right here. Otherwise, everything is to the inside. a little bit right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, if I can find my brass rod here. There it is. Okay. I'm just going to put a little glue on the end of this. Run it into this first hole. Put a little glue behind this as well. Let's see, which way does that go? This way. Oh, yeah, and I also took the time to put a flute on my dowels. Looks like I can do all these at one time here. You know, I showed you that earlier, how I took my plier and just kind of crushed them and gave that channel for the glue to come out. Okay, I'll keep working my way around and finish up installing all these dowels and the decorative pieces, and then we'll come back. Okay, got her all pegged and clamped. I decided to put more clamps on, so I put 4 more on and equally spaced them around the ring. I didn't see any additional glue squeeze out, but can't hurt, I guess. So I take that back. I got a little bit right there. Other than that, it looks good. I'm real pleased with the way it's going. So I'm just going to let it cook for a while. Probably won't be back down here until tomorrow morning. So it'll be good and solid, and then I can go to work on flushing this stuff up and getting everything cleaned up. So everything's in good shape. It's going to be a nice solid table, I'll tell you that. So we'll come back in the morning. All right, clamps are coming off. can just tell this thing is not moving as these clamps come off. It is staying solid. Throw these other ones in here. Nice. Nice and solid. I'm going to take it off the blocks here and get a mat underneath it because I'm going to be working on these dowels. So let me pull these here. Let's just do this. Looks really good. There, that'll allow me to clamp it, in a couple of spots like that. I can clamp it here and here and work on flushing these up. But it is nice and solid. Beautiful. All right, I'll go to work on the dowels, flushing everything up. But you can see she's one solid piece now. So I guess I'll give you a little heads up on what I'm going to do here. I'm gonna finish this like I did with the shuffleboard table. Everything from underneath here is going to get shellac and then top coated with my general finish. And then even this edge here. But on the top, I'm going to finish it like I did the shuffleboard slab with that Envirotex light. So it's going to have a thick bar top type finish on the top here. So I think that'll look cool to them and kind of help, tie into the theme of what I got going on in that room. So let me get some tools out and we'll start flushing these dowels back.